Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Police rushed to the scene of a domestic violence incident in Oakland County to find a man has been stabbed with children nearby. Thanks, everybody, for being with us here at 6. I'm Karen Drew.
And I'm Devon Fernandez in for Devin Skillian. A man with a knife taking out his anger on his estranged wife's new partner, and police body cam is showing us the dramatic scene they encountered. Now, this all played out in the Timber Ridge apartments near Grand River and Middle Belt. Victor Williams shows us how officers were able to protect children and others. Hey there, Victor.
Yeah, Damon and Karen, you know, we have been seeing these domestic situations time and time again, but this one really went to the extreme. But it's what the officers did when they showed up that saved multiple lives.
That's a serious situation for all of our officers that go into this.
Chief Jeff King with the Farmington Hills Police Department says it's one of the worst calls to answer, and this domestic situation playing out on September the 29th proves why.
The very chaotic and violent scene.
It was around 1:50 a.m. that Friday this man allegedly broke into his estranged wife's house to find her with her new man. That's when police say he pulled a knife, stabbing the other man in the back once and 4 times in the chest.
Some of the anger and violence at the heart of domestic violence situations are why they're so potentially dangerous and deadly.
Officers make it into the home at Timber Ridge Apartments to find 34-year-old Curtis Leroy Washington Jr. pushing on the stabbed victim's chest in hopes of making him bleed out, with the suspect's youngest child, an infant, just inches away. In a split second, officers make the decision not to shoot.
This could very easily have escalated to a fatal force situation, having an up and down motion on top of the victim. Again, in low light, chaotic situation, these officers, due to their quality and continuous training that they have, we're able to assess that situation and quickly decide not to use that an escalated force response.
Moments later, they shift into rescue mode to save the life of the victim. 3 kids in total had to witness what took place in the house.
I can't imagine the trauma those children experienced inside that room.
It's just another example of how domestic disputes can turn potentially dangerous in such a short time. But turns out this wasn't the first sign. Just 16 days prior, on September the 13th, Washington was arrested for domestic violence, but was out on bond, violating a conditional release order.
Very indicative of the repeated cycles of domestic violence and assault situations that we see on a routine basis.
And the chief says he's trying to avoid all of those incidents altogether, and that's the reason why on November 8th there is going to be a domestic violence community forum right here at the police station for some folks who want to learn more about the dangers of all this altogether. In the meantime, Washington is being held without bond. He's facing the charges of assault with the intent to murder as well as domestic violence, but we are told that more charges are on the way. In Farmington Hills tonight, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Yeah, that forum you mentioned is so important. We'll make sure to post information on clickondetroit.com on that, as well as resources. We appreciate it. Thanks, Victor. Well, Israel is now on the offensive following this weekend's deadly terrorist attacks against that country by Hamas.
An estimated 1,600 people have been killed, 11 of them Americans, in a 3-day war. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said today the counterstrike is just beginning with aerial attacks on Gaza. Israel's defense minister has ordered a complete siege on Gaza, cutting off electricity, food, fuel, and water. The UN Secretary General said he is deeply distressed by that development, which he says is hindering humanitarian efforts there. Will Jones joins us live now. We have some local reaction, Will.
Damon and Karen, many people are concerned about their family and friends in the region and how this could escalate even more. The death toll right now is already staggering. Lior Zisser-Yugev moved with her family to Metro Detroit from Israel a few months ago to work with the Jewish Federation of Metropolitan Detroit.
And we came here to do Israel programming and bring the community closer around Israel. We never imagined that anything like this would happen so soon into our work here. Hamas must be stopped.
She says she's worried about her family and friends back home, including her brother, who serves in the Israel Defense Forces.
We just pray that we won't get any news, so we're happy not to know anything that's going on, because as long as we don't hear anything, it means that he's safe.
Hamas carried out a surprise attack Saturday, leaving hundreds of people dead. Israel hitting back with strikes, killing hundreds. But Khaled Tarani, a Metro Detroiter of Palestinian descent, says the initial attack shouldn't be viewed in isolation.
Some people wanted to think of history as it started on October 7th. But really, the Palestinians have endured the longest occupation regime in modern history.
Tarani says he's been concerned about how this conflict is being framed.
People can try to analyze, and talking heads can spend hours and hours trying to analyze a situation. And if you don't deal with the root cause, and that is the Israeli occupation of the Palestinians, you're always going to be skirting the issue.
Right now, Azisser Yogav's husband is on unreserved duty in the Israel Defense Forces. Daman, she says he wants to go back to Israel to help.
Okay, Will, thank you.
In the meantime, American Airlines has canceled all flights to and from Tel Aviv through Friday. The airline says it will monitor the situation and then make some further adjustments as needed. The cancellations come after the union representing American Airlines pilots issued a stark warning to members about the dangers to the airspace. Well, minutes away, right here, Lester Holt anchors a special edition of NBC Nightly News live from inside Israel. Parts of the country remain active combat areas, as NBC News' Richard Engel shows you, taking cover in the town of Beirut.
We believe that it is mortar fire. Some of them also appear to have been rockets. They've been coming in quite close. That is why we are on the ground right now. This is still considered a very active combat zone, even though we are inside Israeli territory. And it is not just the incoming rockets and mortars. There are also reports from Israeli officials of new infiltrations, of Hamas sending more fighters through breaches in the border fence. According to a senior Israeli official, there are about 30 different holes, breaches in that border perimeter, and most of them have been plugged up. Around 90% of them have been plugged up, but 10% remain. They're trying to secure them, but remain open. So this is still an active situation here.
So tonight on Nightly News, what Richard and Lester are seeing on their journeys, plus up-to-the-minute details on the hostages and what we know about American victims.
Well, UAW talks continue today along with the widening ripple effects. Ford Motors tonight announcing it sent home 71 Livonia transmission line workers, put them on layoff because the parts they make aren't needed. The Chicago assembly plant where they make the Ford Explorer is closed due to the strike. GM added 142 layoffs at its Toledo facility today and also 70 in Lansing. And out on the picket line, the near month-long strike is taking a chilly turn toward the difficult. Local 4's Rod Maloney joins us live tonight from Centerline with that part of the story. Hey there, Rod.
Yeah, Damon, this is a situation here where the workers have only been on the picket line about 17 days, right? Because they're on the second wave. But as you can see, it's a different deal here now. Yes, there is enthusiasm here, but now they're wrapped in blankets and jackets. And this is where a strike and the rubber meet the road.
Longtime union members know next to the picket sign, a well-stoked burn barrel is a vital necessity. In Pontiac today, a steady wind and mid-40-degree temperatures sent a chill through the handful of UAW Local 652 picketers like Eric Rice, who walked the line today. They know the longer this goes, the more uncomfortable it gets.
I knew it was going to kick in. The first 2 weeks is always fun and games. It's understandable, but this is when it really starts affecting everybody.
Some relief came last Friday when the first $500 strike check came in, but it didn't go very far.
As much of is probably a Monday through Wednesday check.
Yet there is optimism out here, and in Centerline at the Mopar Parts Depot, they believe their leadership is getting closer to a deal they can take comfort in very shortly. And the pressure's building. Anderson Economic Group today published its strike economic impact numbers for the week, and it's sobering. So far, line workers saw $579 million in direct lost wages. The domestic three have lost about $2.5 billion. Suppliers have now lost roughly $1.5 billion, and dealer and customer losses top $1 billion. Wayne State University business professor Dr. Merrick Masters thinks they might have at least one of these deals sealed this week.
The union could probably get more wages. They could probably get what they've already got with Ford and the key other things that the other two companies have given them as well. Plus, if they added a little bit more for retirees, I think they'd be very close.
Are you hoping that they get this thing wrapped up soon?
Of course I am. I don't want to be in the cold any longer, but the odds of that are probably slim to none at this point.
So is it a week, 2 weeks, 3? Will the snow be flying by the time they get these wrapped up? Those are the questions in the minds out here on the picket line tonight. Reporting live from Centerline, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Yeah, still so many questions. Rod, thank you. And we're always monitoring the talks. We'll have updates on Local 4 at clickondetroit.com. Plus, if you haven't yet downloaded the Local 4 News app to get alerts straight to your phone. So interesting, Karen, seeing all those people out there bundled up in jackets and even blankets, too.
I know, and they're going to have to also bring an umbrella this week because we've got rain pretty much coming almost every day, Kim.
Yeah, it's a big difference from last week when we had temperatures in the 80s. Now we're in the 50s, but factor in the wind, feels more like the 40s. 53 right now in Mount Clemens, 53 in Pontiac, Lapeer, 51 in Ann Arbor. Widen the view and look how cold it is up north. This cold air spilling down into parts of the UP and northern lower Michigan, where it is 44 degrees in Alpena. Add to it a very cold rain. So there's rain in northern lower Michigan. We're dry here, but some of these showers could clip the thumb area later on tonight. And then tomorrow we could see a couple showers off and on, but most of the day will be dry, especially south of M59. But it's cold once again. We'll start the day in the low 40s. Wind chills will be in the 30s, and our high only makes it to 54. I wish I had a bright spot to tease ahead to, but I'm not sure you're going to want to see this forecast. But if you have weekend plans, you do need to stick around and take a look.
All right, we appreciate it. Thanks, Kim. Well, a man has been charged after being accused of pulling a gun on somebody in a grocery store and then threatening to kill them. The incident happened at the Kroger over on Telegraph Road in Bloomfield Township last Thursday. The whole thing caught on camera. So you can see a man pull a gun from his waistband during an argument with another customer right there. Witnesses said he told the other customer, "You better get out of here before you get killed. I will kill you." Isaiah Ware was quickly taken into custody by police just outside of the store. Ware now faces 1 count of assault with a dangerous weapon. He was released after posting bail. We'll let you know when he's due back in court.
Right now, police in Inkster are looking for a man accused of shooting his girlfriend. Investigators believe 37-year-old Andre Williams Jr. shot the woman in the neck in a house on Biltmore Street Saturday night. His girlfriend was in critical condition when we received our most recent update. Now, police say Williams may still be armed and should be considered dangerous. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is urged to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.